Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's MargaretGeorgeTune.com. I'm back with another Monday Morning Mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? Well, I got a familiar old friend. Hang on 1 minute. That is a really, really good cup of coffee. That's right. Here it is right here. Tim Hortons, Canada's favorite coffee. Yeah, boy, this is a good one. And the reason why we're using Tim Hortons this morning is because I forgot to mention in last week's show. Matter of fact, I found out after last week's show that King Charles was going to be traveling to Ottawa, Canada, and officially open up Parliament. I thought that was really, really neat. And I found out after the fact, so we're going to kind of celebrate the fact that King Charles was in Ottawa, Canada, officially opening up their Parliament in today's show by using Tim Hortons, Canada's favorite coffee. It really is very, very good. And we're also using our yellow Labrador coffee mug right here, right. And the reason why we are using the yellow Labrador coffee mug is because the yellow Labrador was developed in England. Yeah, it says so right here on the back of the mug, right there. I'll read a little bit of it to you here. Yellow Labrador Retriever. The Labrador Retriever was developed in England in mid-1800s. The beloved yellow lab is playful, loving to people, and hard-working. Yeah, it's got a lot of great information there. We'll let you get a screenshot of that as we slowly turn that if you want to read more about the yellow Labrador on the back of my coffee mug. But yeah, they are a fantastic breed of dog. I had yellow Labradors in my life, and I am biased. I think they're the best breed of dog. Absolutely fantastic dog. Really, really loved the dogs, the yellow Labrador dogs that I had in my life. When I was in high school and college, we had a dog named George. And then when I was living with my kid brother, we had George and Gracie. So we had two yellow labs, male and female. And man, they were just great. Absolutely great. Well, how are you this morning? Hang on. Let me get one more sip. That is great. As we like to say on the show, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug. Let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Absolutely. Hey, if you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. I really, really do appreciate that. If you're listening to the podcast this morning, thanks very much for tuning in via all those great streaming platforms out there like Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, those kinds of things. Boy, we got a great show for you this morning. Let me get to my topics here and let you know what we have in store. Oh, we got a really, really neat viewer shaving tip this morning, courtesy of James Sefton. James, thank you very, very much. We got some great shave den visits this morning. We have our usual reminders for you. We also have a giveaway update. We got some great refill comments. We've got some new wet shaving gear to share with you this morning. We've got something from Jamie Horn that'll help you kind of wrap up your shave in a very, very cool way, especially for the summer months. Stay tuned for that. And thank you again to Jamie Horn for very kindly sending that along to the channel, kindly and generously sending that along to the channel. Really do appreciate it. So stay tuned for that. We also have some great questions and comments this morning. Yeah, absolutely fantastic show for you this morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. Again, a big hello to all of our Canadian viewers and friends up there. And I hope you had a great, great time as King Charles stopped in at Ottawa and officially opened up your Parliament. Again, I saw the coverage on television. Actually, I was streaming it on YouTube or one of those streaming services. Really, really neat. That was really, really a lot of fun to watch. So we're kind of saluting that event in today's show. We should have done it last week, but I found out after the fact, so my apologies for that. So I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. So let's get the show kicked off like we do every week with a viewer morning shaving tip. Well, this morning's shaving tip comes from viewer James Sefton. And James writes, "This morning, the tombak almost slipped out of my hand, so I put a silicone band around it to help. James, that is an absolutely fantastic idea. We have talked about improving the grip on an alum block by using one of these bands, a no-slip grip. That's something that Phoenix Shaving pioneered with their alum block products, and it works, and it helps improve the grip so the alum block won't slip out of your hands. And this is a great, great idea along the same lines to keep that slick, milk white glass bowl of tombak secure in your hands. I've done it myself right here. I got a couple of bands on there. There's the lid right there. And yeah, and isn't that great? That is really a great, great idea. It'll absolutely improve the grip. Oh, and that's a great set. And check it out. I got a little bit left in there. I'm due for a new puck, but that's gonna give me a lot of lather yet. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, tombak is great. We love tombak here on the channel. A lot of wet shavers love tombak. So if you want to improve the grip of the tombak bowl while you're loading your brush and building that lather, get a couple of these silicone bands, one or two, whatever you're comfortable with, and place it around the bowl like that, and that'll improve the grip. That's an absolutely fantastic idea, James. Thank you so very, very much. And James already has a George sketch for a previous shaving tip that he sent to the channel. And here's a picture of it right here. And of course, he's got the sketch framed up there along with the official George Monday Morning Mailbag coffee mug. James, thank you so much for framing up George. Really, really do appreciate that. And I hope you're enjoying the official George Monday Morning Mailbag coffee mug. Those are still available online, folks. So check that out. We'll have links below to where you can get your very, very own George Monday Morning Mailbag coffee mug. Thanks again, James, for a great, great tip. But if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, just like this one right here, just send me a shaving tip. Send that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com. And if I use it here on the viewer morning shaving segment, if I use it here on the viewer morning shaving tip segment of the Monday Morning Mailbag, you too will receive an official George signed sketch. So James, thanks again for a really, really terrific shaving tip. Really do appreciate it. Okay, it's time for a shave den visit.
Grab your favorite shave soap, whip it up, rich and creamy, fill your cup, boom, lather. Hot towel ready, face feels prime. A classic shave, so smooth, so fine. 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do the work, no need to rush. Shave like a pro, close and neat. A shave so smooth it can't be beat. Slap on your favorite splash, feel that glow. Shave complete, now you're ready to go. Oh, boom, shave complete, you're ready to go.
Well, this morning we have a few shave den visits, and we're going to kick things off with something from Brian Zions Bernstein. Now, Brian recently sent in a shaving tip, and we sent him a George sketch to say thank you. And Brian writes, "Hi, Mark. I want you to know that not only did I receive my George shaving tip, thank you, but I also framed it. I've attached a picture of me holding it. I have it next to my desk, so whenever I'm sitting at my computer, I have George by my side. George is now my assistant when I search the internet for shaving gear." That's great, Brian. Thank you so very, very much. I hope you're having a great Memorial Day weekend. I look forward to the Monday Morning Mailbag every week. Thank you so much. And again, that's from Brian Zions Bernstein. Brian, thank you so much. I'm so very, very flattered and honored that you framed George, and that he's right there next to you as you go on those internet searches looking for new wet shaving gear. Thank you very, very much, Brian. I'm very, very honored by that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for framing him up. I really, really do appreciate it. This comes from viewer Tim Whitcup. And Tim writes, he sent along this photo, and he wrote, "Mark, can you believe it's been 4 years? The George sketch has been in that same place on my bedroom wall all this time. It's been so long, I can't remember what my tip was, laughing out loud. Who knows how many of these sketches you've sent after all this time. Thanks for all you do for wet shaving. God bless. Tim. Well, Tim, I kind of have an idea on the number of sketches I've sent out. But before I get to that, thank you very much for framing up George and displaying him in your home. Thank you very, very much. I'm very flattered and honored by that. But I know exactly when the shaving tips segment for the Monday Morning Mailbag started because the video is from February 8th, 2021, and it was started by viewer Sig Solo. Sig emailed me all the way from Greenland and said, hey, I have a shaving tip that you can share with everyone on the program. And I thought, that's a great idea. And I was thinking, well, what can I send him back? And I thought, well, I'll do a George sketch. And his is the only sketch that does not have George holding a razor because it was the very first George sketch for a shaving tip. And yeah, Sig is the one who came up with this idea. And I think in that particular video, I'll have to go back and look at it. I looked at it briefly in getting this segment ready, but I think I said just off the top of my head, and if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, just send me a shaving tip. And then it just snowballed from there. So you figure February 2021, February 8th, 2021, to where we are now, give or take, maybe 200 or so George sketches so far, maybe a little more than that. I'm not entirely sure, maybe a little more, a little less. I'd have to do the exact math, but it's probably somewhere 150 to 200, somewhere in there, I think. Someone else do the math. If someone else could do the math, I sure would appreciate it. So it would go from February 8th of 2021 to May 26th. No, June 2nd, 2025. June 2nd, which is today. June 2nd, 2025. 26th was last week. So it would go from February 8th, 2021 to June 2nd, 2025. A weekly George sketch sent to a viewer for sending in a shaving tip, and give or take a few, because we've had, like this morning, James already has a sketch. So we gave the shaving tip. He already has a sketch. So we didn't draw another sketch for him. So yeah, that's how that would work. So I don't know what the math would be. Somewhere in there, I think 200, maybe less. I'm not sure. But anyhow, it started February 8th, 2021. And a big thank you to viewer Sig Solo for kicking it all off. He's the one who came up with the idea, and it just snowballed after that. So, Tim, thanks very, very much for having the sketch these past 4 years, framing it up and displaying it in your home. Thank you very, very much. I am very, very flattered by that. This comes from viewer Rodney Ripplinger, and he writes, I don't know if I ever told you, I was gifted a straight razor by my neighbor. I looked it up and found that ones like it were being sold for around $350. Wow. So I decided that if I was to go down that road, I better learn how to set bezels and hone on a cheaper razor, something I might still shave with, but could afford to make a few mistakes with. I'm still learning about this stuff, so my education will have to continue before I do anything with sharpening and honing. I have little knowledge of technique and what I would need for stone or stones. So I went to an antique shop that I've purchased razors and related items before and bought one like the one below exactly. Now these are internet pictures that he sent along, but this is the exact razor that he purchased from the antique store in order to practice honing and that sort of thing. I was just going to look around at what they had available and not buy right away, but the one I saw that wasn't rusty and in excellent shape was like the one in the picture. I purchased it. If it wasn't one that held an edge real well, so what? More honing practice for me. Rodney. Well, Rodney, that's absolutely fantastic that you got a straight razor, a really, really good straight razor. And I think this is a good strategy to go forward and get something a little cheaper, a little more affordable that you can afford to make mistakes with, that sort of thing. You're going to have to keep us up to date on your straight razor shaving journey. That's absolutely wonderful. And to you and anyone else interested in learning how to shave with a straight razor and everything that goes with straight razor shaving, you need to check out the YouTube channel Barber Dave's Shaves and Such. He has an entire series there on straight razor, shaving, maintenance, care, all that. I think it's like a 6-part video series. I can't remember the viewer who sent that link along. Might be Charles Price. Charles, am I right about that? I think you're the one who sent me that YouTuber regarding straight razor shaving, I think. But we'll have the links below so that Rodney or anyone else out there who is interested in learning straight razor shaving can check out Barber Dave's Shaves and Such. I've looked at some of the videos, very, very thorough and complete knowledge. That's the guy you want to watch to learn everything about straight razor shaving. So, Rodney, thanks very, very much for the update on your shave den and a brand new straight razor. And again, please update us from time to time regarding your straight razor shaving journey. Thanks again to Tim Whitcup and also to Brian Zions Bernstein for sharing their George sketches with everyone. Really do appreciate it. And that wraps up this week's Shave Den visits. Again, my thanks to Tim, Brian, and Rodney. Gentlemen, thanks again very, very much. Well, here's your reminder to check out shavesplash.com. This is a website that was created by viewer Lee Meyer. If you happen to have a shave soap, but you don't have an aftershave splash for it, well, shavesplash.com is a scent matching website. So you'll be able to find a complimentary aftershave scent that will go with that shaving soap. Really, really terrific. And they also have some great articles and features up there. So check it out. We'll have the link below, shavesplash.com from viewer Lee Meyer. Well, the channel now has auto dub technology courtesy of Google and YouTube. And as the name suggests, it will automatically translate this audio from English into Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. Pretty amazing. Simply click on the gear in the lower right of the video screen. A menu will pop up, and there you can select the language that you wish to hear the audio in: Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. It translates it from English to any of those languages in real time, on the fly. Pretty amazing. Auto dub. Check it out. Well, here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is also available as a podcast. Simply get up to your favorite streaming service and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as our other podcast, Second Cup, will come right up. Both of those podcasts are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, and now iHeartRadio. Well, here's an update regarding Ariana and Evan's meetup that's taking place this Saturday, June 7th, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. at their showroom and headquarters at 290 Main Street, Ansonia, Connecticut. Now, just before Memorial Day, Peter Sharkalis posted this message: "We have 30 registered guests and only room for 10 more. That's it. If you plan on attending, please do not wait." And he continues here, "Hello, everyone. To ensure we have enough food and gift bags, please sign up if you plan to attend our open house and event on June 7th in Ansonia, Connecticut. If you don't sign up, please note that we cannot provide a gift bag or allow participation in giveaways. Attendance is free. All items will be discounted by 20% or more. We will also have food, drinks, a piff table, and giveaways, as well as many new releases and all our other products." So we will have a link to that sign-up page, and hopefully you can get in, sign up, get in, and participate in all the great stuff going on at the Ariana and Evans meetup taking place this Saturday, June 7th, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. at their showroom and headquarters at 290 Main Street, Ansonia, Connecticut. And if you attend, please take some photos, take some video, send them along to the Monday Morning Mailbag, and we'll share those with all the viewers in an upcoming Monday Morning Mailbag. So once more, Ariana and Evan's meetup is this Saturday, June 7th, 2025, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. at their headquarters and showroom in Ansonia, Connecticut. Well, as you know, Tom Donnarumma very kindly and generously sponsored a Rockwell razor giveaway. He donated 2 Rockwell 6C razors that we gave away to 2 lucky viewers out there. Second prize went to viewer Mike H. He received the Rockwell 6C in white chrome finish. And he received his prize. And he wrote, "Hi, Mark. I just want to let you know that the Rockwell razor arrived early this afternoon. I've also attached a photo for you. Many thanks again to you and to Tom for the very generous giveaway. It is much appreciated as always. Have a great weekend and best regards. Sincerely, Mike." Mike, I'm so very, very glad that you received the razor in good condition. Enjoy that razor. And again, a big, big thank you to Tom Donnarumma for sponsoring this giveaway. It was absolutely fantastic. Really, really wonderful. Tom, thank you again very, very much. And again, Mike, thanks very much for letting the Monday Morning Mailbag and all the viewers out there know that you received the razor. Thanks again, and enjoy that Rockwell 6C. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low, that time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. Hang on, let me get a sip. Oh, that is absolutely fantastic. Once again, Tim Hortons, Canada's favorite coffee. We're using this morning. We're enjoying this morning because of King Charles traveling to Ottawa, Canada to officially open up Parliament, and that was really neat. I got to see it streamed online. It was really, really fascinating. The whole event and the ceremony and everything was really, really neat. And I wasn't aware of that happening prior to the last Monday Morning Mailbag, so we're kind of making up for it this week. So yeah, Tim Hortons, Canada's favorite coffee, and we're enjoying it in our Yellow Labrador Retriever coffee mug right here. A great, great breed of dog that was developed in England in the mid-1800s. And it says here on the back, it was once said the Yellow Lab was so intelligent that it seemed it might speak at any time. Yeah, that's true. Having owned Yellow Labradors, that's very, very true. And again, I'm biased. I think they're the best breed of dog in the world. That's just me. I'm rather biased, but and that's where the character George came from that first Yellow Labrador we had when I was a kid. I kind of did a goofy drawing of him, and that's how it developed. And I'm also wearing, I don't know if you can see it, I'm wearing the Boom Lather sweatshirt, the George Boom Lather sweatshirt. Here, let me show you. I'll get the microphone out of the way. There it is right there. See that? Yeah, and it's, well, here, let me stand up here a little bit. Boom Lather, yeah. Right there, yeah. And I'm wearing it because it's still been cool here in Northeast Ohio. Oh my gosh. It has been really, really cool. And so I've got this on. Hopefully it'll warm up this week. But at the time I'm recording this, it's been cool. Gray, overcast, rainy, cool. It's been a wet May, but now that we're into June, hopefully the weather will improve. And speaking of cool, that leads me to think of cold. And one other point about Ottawa that I wanted to mention. Some years ago, I did travel through Ottawa, and I noticed that there is a canal. I think it's the Rideau Canal. The Ottawa River and the Rideau Canal run through the city of Ottawa, I believe. I'm not entirely sure which is which. But anyhow, I'm going to call it a canal that went through the heart of the downtown area. I was up there during the summer, and I noticed that steps from the streets went down into the water. And I couldn't figure out why. And there was an Ottawan who I asked, and she was explaining to me that in the wintertime, when the canal freezes, people walk down those steps to go ice skating. And she went on to say that some folks even ice skate to work. Now, I don't know if she was pulling my leg there, but I thought that was kind of neat that you could, walk down these steps right to this frozen canal, this frozen river, and ice skate. That is really, really very, very charming. And it was a lovely city, very, very charming. It was a picture postcard kind of a city. I really, really enjoyed traveling through it. I should have stayed there, and I'll put it on my bucket list to travel there in summer and also in winter. I'll get some ice skates, and that's on my bucket list to go ice skating, in that canal there when it's really, really good and cold. And that's what the cool weather here reminded me to tell you about Ottawa. I want to relate that to you again. Really a very, very charming, charming city. And it was a great event watching King Charles officially open up the Canadian Parliament. All right. Well, hang on. One more sip. Okay, again, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. Let's get some of these refill comments. Beth Jones writes, thank you, John Shaves. Yes, John Shaves paid it forward. He won the first prize in the Tom Donnarumma Fantastic Fabulous giveaway. He won the gunmetal Rockwell 6C. And John contacted me and said, send it to Lee Halsley so Lee can give it to his son. Let me break in here real quickly. It's pronounced Lee Hazley, and it's spelled capital H-A-S-E-L-E-Y. Lee's last name is Hazley. Lee Hazley. Lee, my apologies. I mispronounced your last name throughout the refill segment this morning. I do apologize. Lee Hazley. And that was really, really very, very generous of John. So, John, thank you again very, very much for that. And Beth, thank you for pointing that out once again. Really do appreciate that. She continues here. I miss Mark Bagwell and his wonderful contributions to your channel. I agree, Beth. Mark was such a wonderful friend of the channel. He was a treasure trove of information regarding the traditional wet shave. I had these great, wonderful, long conversations with him via Facebook Messenger. And he was just a wonderful, wonderful individual and a great contributor to the channel. And he contributed to the channel in so many, many ways. Yes, I miss him too. I really, really do. So thank you for remembering him and recalling all the wonderful things he did for the channel. Beth, thank you very, very much. This comes from RJ Wright, RW30. And he writes, enjoying the show with my coffee in one of my Sunset Hill mugs. Wonderful company from Wisconsin. And yes, a prayer and big thanks for all those who died while in the U.S. military. Have a great week. Well, that was left on the Memorial Day episode last week. So I agree with you, RJ. A big, big thank you to all those who made the supreme sacrifice to guard our freedoms here in the U.S. and around the world. And Sunset Hill coffee mugs. These are stoneware coffee mugs that look absolutely wonderful. We are going to get a link below so you can check them out. They look like absolutely wonderful stoneware coffee mugs. So RJ, thank you very, very much for recommending them. Again, folks, we'll have a link below. They look really, really spectacular. Thanks very much for that, RJ. Really do appreciate it. Jimmy V Photography writes, great news about Peter and Ariana and Evans getting up and running again. Yeah, we are really, really happy about Ariana and Evans back up and running. They did have a fire in the building, but it wasn't as bad as they initially thought. Now, a fire is bad enough, but it wasn't really, really devastatingly bad. They were able to get back up and running, and they were able to go forward with their meetup this Saturday, June 7th, from 1 to 5 p.m. in Ansonia, Connecticut, at their headquarters and showrooms. As Peter said in a post, I believe, if I recall correctly, the showroom was not damaged. So that's great to hear. I agree with you, Jimmy. That was really, really great news. Super kind about John paying it forward to Lee's son. Something to be treasured for sure. I agree. And I hope that Lee's son realizes that there are 3 individuals involved in getting that razor to him. Tom Donnarumma for very, very kindly sponsoring the giveaway, John Shays for paying it forward, and then finally Lee giving it to his son. So that is an absolutely extra special razor. It's a great razor, the Rockwell 6C. but very, very extra special sentimental value there in that 3 individuals really made it possible. So I agree with you, Jimmy. It's a very, very special razor that should be treasured for sure. Absolutely. And he continues here, gotta love that action figure. The action figure was what Bill Murphy sent in. He sent in artwork created using AI of me as an action figure in the traditional wet shave theme. And one of those photos had lather all over me. And Jimmy says, I agree with you about the lather all over. When it first came on screen, I thought that was perfect. Yeah, I tend to lather a lot on the face and all over and on my ears and on my lobes. I'm not as, I really admire other wet shavers who are able to lather very, very neatly. They're able to paint on some really nice, neat lather with well-defined lines, so to speak. And I just love to just slather it on and talk to all the viewers out there and just have a great time lathering. I love the lathering process. But I agree with you, Jimmy. It was very fitting to have lather all over that action figure of me. Fantastic. Thanks very much for sending that along. Larry Sablotny writes, what a great thing for John Shaves 101 to do. The wet shave community is awesome. I agree, Larry. The greatest community online and on YouTube is the traditional wet shaving community. Absolutely agree with you 100%. And again, a big thank you to John Shaves 101 for paying it forward the way he did. Really, really very, very generous of him. Viewer Paul Desjardins writes, good morning, Mark. Thanks for sharing the shave tip again. What I do now is angle the block at a 45-degree angle to allow for better circulation underneath the block. I think this is what makes the difference in keeping the block smooth. I guess it's like a soap sitting in a soap dish and the bottom getting soggy. Take care and God bless all those that served. Yeah, Paul, thanks very, very much for that shaving tip. I believe it was in last week's Monday Morning Mailbag. I'll have to check again. But Paul was talking about how you keep an alum block face smooth just by flipping it after every use, after every shave. And that way one side won't become overly rough. You'll keep those sides smooth. So now he's kind of angling it at a 45-degree angle so air circulates all the way around. And so, you can try that, angle it, or you can try flipping it when you put it back into your dry dock. I love the dry dock, the Phoenix Shaving dry dock, so air circulates throughout. And I still, especially with compressed blocks, I've been starting that technique. And thanks again to Paul for it. I'll use the alum block and then I'll flip the opposite side so it gets air and that sort of thing. But I don't think that's going to come into play with a solid alum block. I could be wrong. If anyone knows, comment below and let us know if you're flipping a solid alum block in order to keep one face smooth or keep from one face getting overly rough. Let's put it to you that way. But it was a great shaving tip, Paul. Thanks again very, very much. Really do appreciate it. Rob Miller writes, coffee and Mr. Boom Lather. Great way to start the week. Rob, thank you very, very much for that. I really do appreciate it. Rob very kindly made available the Guido razor from Alpha Shaving Works and Stubble Meets Steel. And that review ran this past Friday with the closed comb base plate. Really terrific, terrific razor. And hopefully by the time this airs, they'll still have some available pre-orders for the second batch of the Guido razor that they're offering. I like this razor a lot. 0.77 millimeter blade gap. And I just got done editing and uploading the shave with the open comb base plate. Wow, wait till you see that. That was wonderful. I'm not going to say any more, no spoilers here. I have to figure out where I'm going to schedule it. Could be another week. We'll see, but the Guido, really, really terrific razor. So thanks again to Rob Miller for making it available to the channel. Really, really do appreciate that, Rob. This comes from Lee Hazley, and he writes, I would like very much to thank Tom again and John, who is a wonderful friend of mine. This means the world to both Tyler and myself. Yeah, Lee, it's an absolutely fantastic thing that Tom and John both did. Tom by sponsoring the giveaway and giving away some beautiful, beautiful Rockwell 6C razors. And John Shaves 101 paying it forward to you so you could gift it to your son. Your son has got a razor where 3 fellow wet shavers came together, making sure he gets it to start his wet shaving journey. Absolutely fantastic. And please make sure if he goes away to college that he leaves it at home so it doesn't mysteriously disappear during his college years. That would be terrible, knowing the multi-layer sentimental value that's involved in that from Tom Donnarumma, John Shaves 101, and Dad. So yeah, make sure he keeps it at home. And when he comes home to visit his parents on the weekends, he can use it then. But get him something a little less expensive, something you can afford to lose and replace very, very easily for about $15, $20. But leave that Rockwell 6C at home. That's my advice, because not only is it a great razor, but it has that great sentimental value attached to it. 3 traditional wet shavers coming together to make sure your son has that razor. Absolutely fantastic. So Lee, thanks very much for that. And again, a big thank you to Tom Donnarumma and John Shaves 101. Bill Murphy writes, great show, Mark. I will try and send some warmer and sunnier weather. Yeah, please do. Had a nice walk this morning in sunny 60-degree weather here in the Chicago area. Love the beautiful razors in the Shave Den visit. Yeah, if you missed it last week, check out the Shave Den visit. That was Chris Bodrab with some absolutely spectacular razors. Check it out from last week. They were remarkable and very, very rare now in the wet shaving world. He continues here. Hope some viewers enjoy the AI program. Again, Bill Murphy put together those photos of the action, the Mark Zarate traditional wet shaving action figure. That was really neat. And we had a link to the ChatGPT AI program where you can do something yourself like that. So we'll get that link again below. For a George t-shirt, maybe George enjoying an iced coffee. Have a wonderful week. Yeah, still got to do a George t-shirt. And again, the weather. I guess I got to get in the frame of mind of warmer weather in order to create a t-shirt. I'm procrastinating a little bit. I apologize. Try and get something done. Thanks for the suggestion, Bill. Really do appreciate it. Mike Parit writes, another great 3MB. I love the carved brass Overlander as a head shaver. I find it mild but very efficient. Have a great week. I agree. The carved brass Overlander is a wonderfully mild and efficient razor. It is absolutely perfect for head shaves. And the carved bison that Matt Panter very kindly sent to the channel is another wonderful razor. Mild and efficient, perfect for head shaves. Really, really terrific. Between those 2 razors, yeah, you'll get some great face shaves and wonderful head shaves. Absolutely. Mike continues here. The Mark doll looked great. It just needs a butterscotch handle. That's great. Yeah, the action figure needs a butterscotch handle. I agree. That's wonderful. I use the Phoenix Shaving Cube the same as mentioned. That was that a shaving tip that we had? I'm trying to remember now, but I'm glad that, the shaving, what was that again? If you remember, comment below and let me know. I got a little bit of a brain hiccup. And I'm trying to remember exactly what detail that was regarding the Phoenix Shaving Cube. So if it comes to me before the refill segment ends, I'll mention it to you. Thanks again, Mike. Really do appreciate it. Stan Chapman writes, great 3MB as always. Mula is a great mild razor and one of my favorites. Mula also makes a razor called Mula Neo, which to me has the same head as the R89 and is $8 cheaper for tightwads like me on Amazon. Thank you very much for mentioning the Mula Neo. Really do appreciate that, Stan. We're going to have to check it out. It looks like it has like a neoprene kind of handle, like a silicone sleeved handle. Part of the handle is kind of like a rubberized kind of handle. That's what it looks like to me in the photographs. Kind of a, kind of like a rubberized kind of a handle. That looks really, really neat. And $8 cheaper with an R89 shaving head. That is, that's really something to investigate. So thanks very much, Dan. If anybody else out there has a Mula Neo, please comment below and let us know how you like it. The Mula Neo. Roderick McLeod writes, I bought the 80th anniversary R89. It's really nice. Shave quality is just like the plated R89 head. It's a bit heavier than the standard R89 by about 12 grams. The engraving on the top cap is really nice and sharp. The clamping surfaces, underside of top cap and the top of the base plate, have a matte bead blasted surface. Hey, Roderick, thanks very, very much for the details on the stainless steel R89, the Mula 80th anniversary R89. You know what? I forgot that razor head would be stainless steel as well. The entire razor is stainless steel. Hey, that is really, really neat. The entire razor is stainless steel, and you get that R89 shaving quality from a stainless steel R89 shaving head. Thanks for reminding everyone of that, because I was just thinking that maybe the handle was stainless steel, but the entire razor is stainless steel. Roderick, thanks very much for pointing that out. Really do appreciate it. This comes from Brian McCarthy, 1322. An amazing 3MB again. Thanks, Mark, for making me and everybody else in your channel feel like a respected member of this wonderful community. My wife can't understand how I keep getting mentioned on your site. Well, you're getting mentioned again, Brian. Well, that's the magic that the man sitting behind the ring light and the big microphone delivers each and every week. Your ever-present smile and genuine enthusiasm are the benchmarks of a leader. We are lucky to have you putting in the time and effort required to make these shows possible. Thanks again, Mark. You are the man on the cutting edge of the DE universe. Brian, my gosh, that is so flattering. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. I love putting together the show. But again, I'll pass along your thanks to all the viewers out there, because they make this show possible. Without the viewers, this show and channel would not exist. So my sincere, heartfelt thanks to all the viewers out there for your many, many contributions in making the Monday Morning Mailbag show possible, and also making the channel possible. Really, without you, I would not be able to do it. So my thanks to everyone out there for tuning in, for subscribing, for passing along words, for contributing in many, many ways to the channel and the show. Brian, thank you very, very much for your kind words. I really do appreciate it. And let your wife know you got mentioned again. And that wraps up this week's refill segment. Thanks very much to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some new wet shaving gear. Viewer Jamie Horn very kindly and generously sent along to the channel some new shaving gear to enhance your post-shave routine. This is absolutely fantastic. And again, we mentioned with summer right around the corner, maybe you want to have a little bit of a cooling phase within your post-shave routine. This should do the trick. Here's what he sent along. Thank you again, Jamie, very, very much. Here it is right here, the Proraso shave powder canister. You would fill this with some post-shave powder and finish up with a little bit of that to absorb some extra moisture off of your face and give you a little bit of a cool down. Boy, this is terrific. Beautiful canister, and you can see the lion and straight razor logo there, and the word Proraso, their whole logo right there. And the lid comes off like this. Now, this is the inner cap, so to speak, that has the holes where you would dispense the powder. I've already got this started so you can see how it opens up like that, but it is press fit. So when you first get it, that's where you pry it out. So it does take a little bit to get that unsealed there, but that's where you open it up. just like that, okay? And that's really neat. And he very kindly sent along Proraso mint and rosemary post-shave powder. Now, here's what they have to say about Proraso's mint and rosemary post-shave powder. Proraso's mint and rosemary post-shave powder is a talcum powder designed to absorb excess moisture after shaving, reducing the risk of irritation and leaving the skin smooth and dry. It is made with a cornstarch-based formula and is available in a professional size of 100 grams. The powder is talc-free and is recommended for sensitive skin. It comes with an invigorating mint and rosemary fragrance and is made in Italy. Yeah, it's cornstarch based. Now, I did a little bit of research on cornstarch and talc. Talc is what you're supposed to avoid. And here's what I found. Cornstarch is generally considered a safer alternative. When comparing talc and cornstarch, cornstarch is generally considered a safer alternative due to its larger particle size, which reduces the risk of inhalation and potential respiratory issues. However, both substances can still pose health risks if not used properly. It is recommended to use cornstarch-based products for babies and other sensitive areas, while avoiding talc altogether due to its potential carcinogenic properties. So there you go. It's cornstarch based, so it's a safer alternative for any of those out there who are wondering, because they say talc, but it's not talc, it's cornstarch based. So we're gonna open this up right now and add this to the canister. So you just tear it open like this. How about that, huh? You can see it coming out a little bit there. All right, so there it is. And we're gonna open this up just a little bit like this. Oh, that is a marvelous, marvelous scent. And we're just going to dump that in here like this. I'm going to do it very, very carefully here. Okay. So we don't get too much. Now, about 2 bags, a little bit of dust there, okay. About 2 bags will fill this completely. This is going to fill it up just halfway. So I'm told from other people that I've seen online that 2 bags will fill it up all the way. Okay, maybe just a little more. Give it a couple of taps there. I wanted to do this on camera to show you how easy it was to fill up. And I got just a little more in there. So it's being kind of stubborn. Okay, here we go. Little more right there like that. Okay, that's got it. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Making that sound helps to dispense it more quickly. Boom, 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 boom. Just so you know. Okay, so that's empty now. Okay, and then here we just put this back on like that and in place, snaps in place. And here's the cap. And there you go. And you've got some powder for your post-shave routine. That is really, really neat. So you put a little bit in your hands and then, rub it around your face or your head if you do head shaves, that sort of thing. And it'll absorb the excess moisture and cut down on irritation. And I think it does have, as I recall seeing someplace, it has a cooling effect. So we'll certainly have a cooling effect if it's going to kind of absorb the excess moisture, that sort of thing. So looking forward to incorporating this into my post-shave routine. Jamie, thank you very, very much. Now, he also sent along a Proraso old-style neck brush. This is what barbers use to finish off your shave with a little bit of this post-shave powder. And we're going to open this up and let you get a look at this too. This is something that we'll use also in our post-shave routine with the post-shave powder to dispense it a little more easily, but I think I'm going to start out using it with my hands and my fingertips first. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Wow, that is really, really beautiful. There's the Proraso logo on the handle. Look at that. And that is a really nice, soft brush. And as they write here, the practical classic style brush with a wooden handle and nylon bristles completes a haircut or neck trim with a breeze by removing irritating hair residue, which has a tendency to stick to skin and clothing. Proraso Old Style Neck Brush is a perfect addition to any barbershop. We'll also get a link to this and to the canister and to the powder so you can check them all out. This is really, really wonderful, and I'm looking forward to learning how to apply the powder with this brush. If anyone out there uses post-shave powder, this canister, mint and rosemary, and the neck brush, please comment below and let us know. I'm really interested in learning the whole process and incorporating it into my post-shave routine. So Jamie, thanks very, very much for sending along the Proraso canister, the mint and rosemary post-shave powder, and the Proraso old style neck brush. Folks, we'll have links to all these wonderful post-shave items below. Check them out. Jamie, thanks again very, very much. Well, we have a brand new shaving brush in the Shave Den that I've been wanting to show you for a couple of weeks now. This is absolutely beautiful. Check it out. I'm really excited to show this one to you. Check it out from Whiskers. Their butterscotch handled shaving brush. Thanks, Mom. How about that? Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that absolutely beautiful? This is their number 7 Francisco shaped handle. Now, this is a combination of the interrobang top and bishop bottom. It's an absolutely beautifully shaped handle that fits so naturally in the hand. And I don't know what Peter does with his shave brush handles, but this one has just the right amount of heft. It feels wonderful. And of course, we have a black wolf knot right there, a 27 millimeter black wolf knot with a 14.5 millimeter loft. So it's great for precise lathering and great for getting into some smaller tubs and shaving bowls, that sort of thing. You can use it in any size shaving bowl, but it does have the advantage of getting into some smaller shaving bowls, shaving jars, like the Latte Imenta from Ariana and Evans. So you can really get in there very, very easily with this knot. It's just terrific. And of course, the Tabak shave bowl, right? Just right, very, very easily to get in there and get a brush load. Of course, it works in larger shave bowls, smaller shave bowls. So it really is a great size shave knot that gives you a lot of nice utility across the board, regardless of what size your shave jar or your shave bowl is. And again, the weight of the handle is wonderful. Let me show you the coin in the base, Whiskers. How about that? Isn't that great? And the butterscotch color, thanks Mom, is absolutely spot on. I love the shape of the handle because right here, this inner diameter towards the base of the handle, your fingers fall so naturally in there. And then this upper ledge right here, my index finger falls on that very, very naturally. So I'm able to really have a lot of control in loading the brush, building a lather in a shaving bowl, or doing a face lather, that sort of thing. And these black wolf knots are wonderfully, wonderfully soft. My gosh. Mark Bagwell loved the black wolf knot, and he recommended to me last year, Mark, if you get a Whiskers shaving brush, you got to get one with the black wolf knot. And he was right. This is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful shaving knot. I don't think this shaving knot is available from anyone else other than Peter Wolf and Whiskers. That's my understanding. I believe Mark Bagwell was telling me that. But it really is a terrific, terrific shaving brush. Again, here it is, the butterscotch handled shaving brush. Thanks, Mom. From Whiskers. Interrobang top, bishop bottom. And again, Whiskers has a page where they discuss all the different styles, shapes, and sizes of their shaving brush handles. We'll link to that below so you can learn all about their different offerings in the way of shave brush handles. And just know that if you do order one, check out the Black Wolf knot. It's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful shaving brush knot, and it just complements this size shaving brush handle so very, very well. So we're going to get a review done on this and use it in the shave den and get a shave with it, build a lather so we can get a shave. Really, really terrific. So, from Wolf Whiskers, the number 7 Francisco-shaped butterscotch shaving brush handle, thanks Mom, with the Black Wolf shaving brush knot. We'll have links below. Check it out. Well, in a previous Monday Morning Mailbag, we introduced you to the Yaqi Ghost aluminum safety razor. Boy, this is a really, really nice, smooth, highly efficient razor. 0.7 millimeter blade gap. So it has a little higher efficiency and growl than some of the other aluminum razors we've been talking about on the show and on the channel, but still delivers a really, really nice, smooth, close shave, a little higher efficiency. Really, really a terrific, terrific razor. Well, Grace Chen and everyone at Yaqi very kindly sent along to the channel the Yaqi Ghost Titanium razor. Yeah, it's the same razor, only in titanium. Let's take a look at them side by side. And you can see there that the material is different. This is aluminum, this is titanium. So let me give you the specs on the Ghost Titanium version here. The handle, cap, and base plate are all titanium. The handle diameter is 12 millimeters or 0.472 inches. The handle length is 88 millimeters or 3.46 inches. And the weight is 57 grams or 2.01 ounces. Now that matches up almost identical to the aluminum version except the weight. The aluminum version is 34 grams or 1.20 ounces, so it's going to be lighter. But this 2.01 ounce weight on the titanium version is very, very good. Really nice heft. And again, the blade gap on the titanium version is identical to that of the aluminum version, 0.7 millimeters. So it has some higher efficiency, little more growl, delivers a really smooth, comfortable, highly efficient shave. So it's getting up there, but still, delivers a shave for me. No nicks, no cuts, no irritation. Probably a 2-pass razor for me with 1 day's worth of beard growth. We're going to get a review done on this and we'll learn more about it as we use it. But again, very, very similar to the aluminum version. The only exception here is the material, aluminum for the aluminum version and titanium for the titanium version, and the weight, about 1 ounce different in weight. And that 1 ounce makes a bit of a difference with the handling and the maneuverability of the razor. I think the added weight is very, very welcome with this titanium version. And again, titanium, low maintenance, so it's a good one. And it's a lifetime razor right there. Again, 3-piece razor. Let's just open it up right here. Comes with a little buffer ring right there on top. We're going to move that out of the way there. These buffer rings are a little thinner than most other buffer rings that we've been using. And this is a tab and slot configuration right there. And the slots on the base plate go all the way through. Really nice low profile to the razor head. Let's put this back on. Nice low profile to the razor head, just like the aluminum version, okay? One of the differences is that the handle shape is similar except for the knurling on the handle. With the aluminum version, it has a very tight barber pole style knurling, and on the titanium version, very, very tight ringlets that run parallel to one another from the neck all the way down to the bottom of the handle. So a little bit different kind of knurling on the handle, so to speak. But really, really terrific razors, the aluminum version and also the titanium version. We're going to get a review done on the titanium version. We've already reviewed the aluminum version. And again, 0.7 millimeter blade gap, high efficiency, smooth, good positive blade feel. And again, for me, 2-pass razor with 1 day's worth of beard growth. So very, very efficient. A little more oomph than, say, the Razor Rock Game Changer razor, which has a 0.68 blade gap. So that's kind of where we're talking about with this razor here. Very smooth, very comfortable, and in using this one, like the aluminum version, I noticed that I could change that angle of approach just ever so slightly and get a little more precise and get maybe a little smoother. It's smooth with the approach, but I can also refine that smoothness a little bit in using this razor. We're going to get a review done because it really is a terrific razor. But again, it's a 0.7 millimeter blade gap. So that's up from some of the other aluminum razors that we've been using and reviewing here on the channel that have a 0.5 millimeter blade gaps, that sort of thing. So again, this is in game changer territory, a little more oomph, a little more spirit, so to speak, but delivers a nice, smooth, efficient, highly efficient shave. And again, for my skin and beard type, 1 day's worth of beard growth, 2 passes gets the job done with this particular razor. And really, really enjoyed using it. And again, titanium lifetime razor. So there you go from Yaqi, the Ghost titanium razor. Once again, thanks to Grace Chen and everyone at Yaqi for very kindly and generously sending along the Yaqi Ghost titanium razor and allowing me to share it with all the viewers. We'll have links below. Viewer Beth Jones and Tim Whitcup very kindly sent along this heads up regarding Henson shaving. Tim Whitcup sent along a screenshot, and Beth Jones sent along the following. Dear Mark, I received this email from Henson and thought I would pass it on to you. I do not have a BJ's Wholesale Club near me, but they do have a website and anyone can order online. Thanks so much, Mark. I hope you have a great weekend. Beth Jones. Beth, thank you very, very much. And also a big thank you to Tim Whitcup for sending along this heads up. Here it is, folks. Here's what Henson writes. Hey, we've just landed in our first major retail location and we're kicking it off big. Now available in BJ's Wholesale Club, Henson Shaving 2-year shave kit. Includes our precision-engineered aircraft aluminum razor, a sleek razor stand, and 100 blades, just $99.99. How about that? We'll have a link to BJ's Wholesale Club online where you can get this. That's my understanding. I don't think you have to be a member in order to shop with BJ's. I think if you do have a membership, though, you're entitled to membership discounts. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that. Comment below and let us know. But there you go. Henson Shaving available at BJ's Wholesale Club. Thanks again to Tim Whitcup and Beth Jones for passing word along. Really do appreciate it. And that wraps up this week's look at New Wet shaving gear. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some of these questions and comments. I received this email from viewer Chris Lacey. And Chris writes, Hi, Mark. Hope you're doing well. I saw you working hard filming at the Maggard meetup. You were quite busy, so I didn't want to interrupt. But I wanted to say how much I and many others appreciate your videos of events that we can't make it to. Your work is truly valued by your fans. By the way, I also recently bought a shaving bowl from Through the Fire Fine Crafts, and it's fantastic. Chris, that's wonderful to hear. We got a shaving bowl and also a shaving scuttle at the Maggard meetup from Through the Fire Fine Crafts. Here's the shaving bowl. Really nice. A well-made piece of pottery. There's the Through the Fire Fine Crafts logo, stamp right there on the bottom on the base of it. Terrific. Again, a little more compact, but feels great in the hand. Gonna work out perfectly with the new Wolf Whiskers Butterscotch handled shaving brush. Thanks, Mom. Again, because the shaving knot is a little trimmer, so to speak. Yeah, it's going to work really, really well in this particular shaving bowl right here. So yeah, I like this shaving bowl quite a bit. I'm so glad you got one. We also picked up a shaving scuttle there as well. And this is great. Again, nice and compact. The only thing I'm trying to figure out is how to plug up that spout so water's not sloshing out when I'm building a lather. You know, that warm water in the inner chamber, I have to get a plug of some kind. There it is right there. like a little spout there. So I'm trying to figure out what I can use to plug up the spout on this particular scuttle. If you know or you have a suggestion, please comment below and let me know. And we'll show that on the Monday Morning Mailbag, just in case other viewers out there have a Through the Fire Fine Crafts scuttle with a similar kind of spout. So I'm so glad you got one, Chris. That's great to hear. They really are very, very nice pieces of pottery, the shaving bowl and the shaving scuttle. So please enjoy that shaving bowl. He continues here. I wanted to share a couple of tips that your viewers might find useful. When I went on vacation recently, I downloaded YouTube videos of Monday Morning Mailbag so I could watch them offline. It was a great way to enjoy the show on the plane and while relaxing on the cruise. That is wonderful. I'm so flattered to be on the cruise with you via this photo. That is really, really neat, Chris. Thank you so much for passing that along. Wow. I don't know where you are, the Mediterranean. I don't know if you're in the Gulf or the Caribbean islands, but thanks for taking along the Monday Morning Mailbag on your cruise. That's wonderful. He continues here. Also, if you're having trouble with YouTube music on your car's infotainment system, you might want to try TuneIn. It seems to work better for me. Thanks, Chris Lacey. Chris, thanks very much for that tip regarding streaming music. Really do appreciate it. There you go, folks. TuneIn might work a little bit better than YouTube music on your car's infotainment system. Download those videos so you can watch them offline, like the Monday Morning Mailbag when you're on a cruise. That's really, really terrific. And again, check out these shaving bowls and scuttles from Through the Fire Fine Crafts. We'll have a link to their website below where you can contact them and find out when these will be available. I don't know if they're available online, but we'll have a link to their website below so you can contact them and check them out and that sort of thing. So Chris, thanks so very much for the very, very kind email and the nice words. Really, really do appreciate it. I received this email from viewer David Richland, and the subject heading reads, "With respect." And David writes, "Hi, Mark. While listening to today's Second Cup podcast on my walk, I chuckled when you were discussing the discontinued Phoenix shaving products and their scent profiles." Now, before I go any further, David, thank you so much for taking Second Cup on your walk. That is really, really wonderful. I'm very flattered and honored by that. Thanks so much for tuning in to Second Cup while you're out for a walk. That's really, really wonderful. Okay, he goes on to say, your pronunciation of Calendula, the next word is Sarsapparilla, and Patchouli definitely gave me a laugh. Maybe it's your Midwest accent. You might want to check out the links below for the proper pronunciation of those words. I do this with great love and appreciation for all that you do. And David, thank you very, very much. I take it in that spirit. Thank you very, very much for this. Okay, so the first word I have been pronouncing Calendula. That's wrong. That's wrong. Here's the pronunciation, and I've got my speakers turned up here so you can hear it.
Calendula.
Calendula. That's how it's pronounced. Calendula. My apologies. David, thank you so much for pointing it out. Word number 2, I think I pronounced it Sarsaparilla, I think is how I pronounced it. Here's the correct pronunciation.
Sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla. Okay, I pronounce it Sarsaparilla, Sarsaparilla. Thank you, David. And here is word number 3. I think I say patchouli, and that's not it. It's here's the correct pronunciation.
Patchouli.
Patchouli. Okay, I've got to remember that. Patchouli. All right. I stand corrected. I think patchouli, I'm close. Sarsaparilla, I'm close. Did I get it right again? Sarsaparilla? Let me see.
Sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla. Okay, I'm learning. I think I got those 2 correct, but Calendula, I was way off. So my apologies. But Dave, thank you very, very much for sending that along. I really do appreciate it. I'm a bit of a stickler when it comes to English, grammar, pronunciation, that sort of thing. So my sincere apologies to everyone out there for mangling these words. That's unlike me. I like to try to get these words pronounced correctly. And thank you very much for pointing that out. So I will do my ever level best to pronounce some of these terms correctly. And I look forward to doing the proper research and getting the pronunciation guide when I present the material to you. I think it's very, very important. And David, thank you very, very much. I really, really appreciate you passing this along. I've learned something. And again, the greatest viewers online on YouTube right here on this channel. So thank you very, very much for that, David. I really do appreciate it. I learned something new, and I hope other viewers out there who are wondering about the correct pronunciation of these scents that are incorporated into shaving soaps from Phoenix Shaving and other artisans have learned the correct pronunciation as well. So David, thank you again very, very much. Well, at the beginning of the show, we mentioned that King Charles made it over to Ottawa, Canada, to officially open up their session of Parliament. And I came across this comment on a review that I had done on the King Charles III Coronation Chubby 2 Sovereign Fiber Monarch Swirl Shaving Brush that viewer Doug Thompson very, very kindly and generously sent along to the channel. This is a beauty. And he asked the following question. How would you compare this to the T3? Well, that's a great question. And I sent along an answer to him, but I wanted to share it with everyone on today's Monday Morning Mailbag. Not once during the use of the King Charles brush, that's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it the King Charles brush. Not once during the use of the King Charles brush did I ever think I was using a T3. Absolutely a big difference between these two brushes, even though they have the same sovereign fiber hair making up the knot. They're seated differently in the handles, and you can see that the handles are quite different as well. You can see the shape and the size of the handle, very, very different. So it gives you a different feel and approach to building a lather. This Chubby 2 on the King Charles handle, it feels a little more compact. You have some really, really nice control. And the way the knot is seated in the handle offers more backbone than the T3. The T3's handle is a little taller in size, as you can see. Okay, so that kind of changes up your grip a little bit. And because of the way it's seated, the way that knot is seated in this handle, in the T3 handle, it doesn't have quite as much backbone. So there is that difference in backbone, but definitely a different feel because of the shape and size of the handle that really does change up the way you build a lather. Both of these very, very good shaving brushes, really, really terrific. A Chubby 2 with the synthetic knot is wonderful, and the T3 with the synthetic knot, absolutely fantastic. We mentioned Mark Bagwell. Mark Bagwell very kindly and generously sent along the ebony T3 to the channel, and it's been wonderful. It really has been a wonderful addition to the shave den. But again, the shape of the handle, the size of the handle, kind of changes up the feel and approach to building a lather in a very good way. I like them both, and of course, the King Charles brush we only use on special occasions, Christmas Day, New Year's Day, Easter, that sort of thing. Really, really special occasions. And I am not soaking the entire brush in water, in water in a bowl, water in the sink, because I do not want to damage any of this beautiful labeling or the coronation markings on the bottom of the handle. So we'll just soak the knot but this has just been a beautiful, beautiful addition to the shave den. And it's the only Chubby 2 that I have in the shave den. So it's been a wonderful addition. So again, I highly recommend the Chubby 2 from Simpson. It will give you a different kind of feel than the T3. Purely by the size of the handle and the way that knot is seated in the handle. The Chubby 2 feels like it has more backbone, and that changes up the lathering action a little bit. Both of them are absolutely fantastic. Both of them are great, but the King Charles Coronation shaving brush, this Chubby 2 with the Sovereign fiber knot, really, really an extra special shaving brush in the shave den. So my thanks again to Doug Thompson for very kindly and generously sending this along to the channel. It's been a wonderful addition to Shave Den. And again, we use it for very, very special shaves. So thanks again, Doug. Really do appreciate it. And to Shiny Ponytail, who sent along that comment, I hope that answers your question and kind of gives you a little insight into which brush to get. They're both terrific. In a nutshell, with the same fiber shaving brush knot, I would say the Chubby 2 has more backbone, and the T3 has a little less backbone, so it kind of changes up the way you build a lather. Both of them are terrific, and they also handle differently because of the size of the handles. But both of them well worth having in your shaving den. So Shiny Ponytail, thanks very much for the question. I hope that answers your question and kind of satisfies your curiosity. Thanks again very, very much. And that wraps up another Monday Morning Mailbag. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out all the wonderful artisan soap makers and sellers that you see displayed on the bottom of the screen right now. They make and offer some wonderful artisan shave soap. They also offer some wonderful wet shaving gear to enhance your traditional wet shave. The next time you're online, please take a moment, pay them a visit. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/Mark Zarady, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review on this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video, or try to find all the differences before time runs out. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.